Beats by Design is responsible for this.
Beats by Design.
I'm just a cold motherfucker. Kill the game, don't hesitate to go, motherfucker. And it's about that time for me to blow, motherfucker. And when I do, I'm telling you it's on, motherfucker. It's my time, it's hot time, that's what it is. It's show time, it's go time, give them the biz. My track's nice, my flow ill, yeah, I'm the shit. And none of y'all can fuck with this. And they say, girl, you flow like Coke, girl, you sound like Drake. Push it down when you come around like a number 8. Girl, you sound like Kendrick Lamar. I swear your verses is hard. These other
Already, man, it's the big homie Will Hustle, man. We live from Status Boutique, Austin, Texas, Street with the one and only FREEWAY Ricky Ross. What's up with you, homie?
Man, I'm good. Down there getting it in. Texas!
Yeah, I actually heard you really from Texas. I heard about you. Where you from?
I'm from Tyler.
Tyler, Texas, man.
Yeah.
What's up, East Texas, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all didn't know, come from Texas, go to LA, take over.
Yeah, you know, speaking of take over, man, you know, tell people if they don't know about your history, like, you know, before, I know you do a lot of community work and stuff like that, you know, what people, the real Rick Ross shit, you know, what you was involved with and what happened, like, cause to me, like, you the king of the cocaine on the cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what the LA Times said, too.
Yeah. So, what it, like, you know, me and you, I fuck with you the hard way, you know, other than this, you know, one thing I learned from just our conversations is they actually, like, you know, you always hear people say that the government put drugs in the streets, and actually, you know, your case is how that whole came about. Then people know about that whole situation, how that's how they got caught. You know what I'm saying?
It was discovered, you know, that the guys I was getting my drugs from was Iran-Contra, and the Iran-Contra was a CIA army, and, you know, it was all put together, and they were giving me drugs, and you know, I was turning in the crack and putting it on the streets.
Yeah. And then before you actually got locked up to do your real time, like you had already kicked everything, like you weren't even messing with it.
Yeah.
Somebody came to you and brought you back.
What they needed though is they needed me to have a conviction so that the whole thing would, or needed me to be in prison for the rest of my life so the whole thing could be brushed over. So by me being on the streets would have made it even tougher. Because people would have been more up in arms had I been on the street about them giving me drugs and polluting our community.
That's what's up. So I also heard that you one of the first people that you got the drugs from was your teacher. Is that actually true?
Well, my teacher introduced me to my connection that was to the Contras. She's a teacher that made the connection to me to the Contras.
Yeah. How old were you at this time?
19, maybe 20.
19, 20 years old.
Yeah, I was grown, but I was still young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're 20, you think you know everything, but you don't.
Yeah. So when did you actually, like, you know, get arrested and for the whole, like, how long was you out here in the streets, you know, just getting?
I had about an 8-year run.
About an 8-year run. I mean, it was a hell of a run.
I had a nice run, you know, because the drug dealer's lifespan is short.
Yeah.
You know, most drug dealers only last 2 or 3 years, but, you know, I was low key with it. I wasn't flashy, and I lasted for a little while. But by no means is the dope game easy, you know what I'm saying, nor do I recommend anybody getting in it. Because now, you know, like what I'm doing now with t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other things. There's a lot of other things that we can do to make money other than selling drugs.
What do you think about how drugs is portrayed nowadays in hip hop? You know, it's like, to me, it's like you could buy a key, you ball, and that's what it is. Like, what's your perception about hip hop?
I think it's retarded. I think it's hypocritical, you know, for the same people who won't allow me to come in and tell kids not to sell drugs, but they'll play somebody on the radio who's saying sell drugs, you're gonna get rich selling drugs. Jay-Z said with the President of the United States, you know what I'm saying? And he sold drugs. But a guy like me who's out here on the streets promoting use your mind in other ways, you know, they don't want to hear from me because I really did it. You didn't really do it, you're more acceptable than a guy who really did it. Even if you went and did your time, paid your debt to society, you still are not accepted.
What are some of the endeavors you're doing now, you know what I'm saying, now that you're out here on the free? I heard you doing a lot of positive things and whatnot.
Yeah, I got the record label that we got popping. We got a couple websites, FREEWAYSocialMedia.com. I got the t-shirts where you can go on FREEWAYSocialMedia.com and get them. I got the documentary that's being edited. We should have that out in like April or May. I'm working on the movie. I got a meeting next week, Wednesday or Thursday, with Nick Cannon about playing my role. I really like the kid. I like him better than any other actors that I met with.
What part of, like, when you do the movie, like, what part of your life are we gonna be documenting? Being
well, we gonna try.
I want to see some gangster shit.
We're gonna try to cover a nice bit of it. You know, it's still a movie. You know, so at the end of the day, it ain't gonna be 100% true. You know, it's gonna have some Hollywood in it, but it's gonna be nice. I think people gonna like it. You know, people gonna get a story about what really happened in the hood, how we got 600,000 young black men in prison right now for nonviolent offenses, and those are the issues that I really wanted to tackle, because we got a lot of brothers, you know, people holler their name out on records and stuff, but ain't nobody trying to free them from prison, and I think they should be free from prison.
That's what's up. You recently spoke about William Roberts, you know, the GDs going out, and what you think about the attempted assassination of drive-bomb dude?
Well, you know, that was only expected. You know, if a person is claiming to be in one life and he don't know the rules to that life, and then eventually that lifestyle clashes with what it's really about. So now he's starting to feel the weight and the pressure of being Rick Ross and being from the streets, you know. I mean, that goes with the territory. You know, I've been shot at a few times, you know, myself. So you know, I know what it's like to be shot at. And these are, you know, he got some decisions to make.
What was it like being in jail, you know, doing hard time for something that he raps about, and just like before you got out, just seeing dude blow up? Did you ever reach out to him, or, you know, anything like, dude just took your whole name, the beard and everything, so like what was going through your mind then?
Yeah, I reached out to him when I was in prison. Tried to get him come over and see my side, you know, how I felt about what was going on. Wasn't able to make any progress. I mean, even right now, you know, I'm trying to bring a resolution to all this, you know. But you know, he ain't having it yet. And as for doing time, you know, prison time is hard. Anytime you're away from your loved ones, you know, 1,500 miles, 2,000 miles away from your loved ones, it's tough. So by all means of the matter, you know, going to jail ain't cool.
What would you tell? I always ask this question, you know, I grew up, man, all my brothers locked up all my life. Like, what would you say to somebody fresh out getting off to motivate them to stay out here in these streets and make things happen, you know, in a positive manner?
Well, you know, when you've been through them holes, you know what I'm saying, and you're going into orientation, which is to me one of the most humiliating parts about it, when they tell you to bend over and spread your cheeks. I mean, you know, that's enough for me never to want to go back. You know, to have another man having that kind of power over you. So, you know, we don't never want that to happen again. And the last thing I'm going to leave them with, you get out of life whatever you put in, whether it's good or bad, you can't get nothing out of what you put in.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Real hustle on the Real magazine. Freeway Ricky Ross.
Don't forget to get the Real Rick Ross is not a rapper shirt. Freeway social media. Go pick one of them shirts up. Support your boy. Help me stay out of prison.
What's up, man? Real talk.
What up, y'all? This is the Real Rick Ross, and you watching on the Real magazine.